What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining back into Ostriv. My name's Axfield. We are on the second episode of our series that we're doing. So if you have been following it, I was busy building the trading post here within the previous episode. So that's already set up. So we're going to continue to progress with our town. I want to definitely within this episode set up the farming land so that we can get some sunflower oil that we can export. So if you don't know it yet, the sunflower oil is by far the best commodity that you can trade with within the game. Now, if you are new to the channel, to the series, please do remember to subscribe as well as press the bell notification button, then you can stay updated on everything that I do. Okay, so right, we are building some extra houses here. I do want to build another block of 8 houses on this side, but I think I'm going to just maybe build another 2 just to start with. Then we should have enough workers to do what we want to do. I want to build a farming house here on this side. Maybe just round about here like so. Just gonna rotate it around and I'm gonna place it more or less here like so. Want to keep it maybe square with the houses, so we can place it down like so. So I don't want it to be too far from the rest of the houses, because otherwise they take too long to walk to the farm and get the job done. So let's maybe go ahead and place it right over here like so. That looks pretty square. Okay, so also aside from that, I need to set up another storage, a warehouse specifically, so that we can just store the thatch and the iron in, so that I can destroy this camp storage. And then I want to place my town center. So let's just see here, where's that governance? There we go. Okay, so the town center I want to kind of place more or less like so. Keep it square with the trading post. Just want to slow down the time quickly. Yeah, so I want to place it more or less like that once the camp storage has been removed. And then we can use the square maybe to put in a few market stalls. So I'm going to move the market stalls across there to the top. We've got a trader here from Marefa. Okay, so that's fine. We're not going to trade anything with them in any case, so they can leave again. That's fine. Don't have to stress about them. So you'll see now I've got pretty much all the houses that are set up crops within the plots. So once the harvesting season has gone past, I'm going to just see what we got harvested the most of, and then we're going to also add those items to the granary. And we'll just systematically add more food as the time progresses. Okay, so we're going to build one more house, and then from there we've got the farm that we're going to set up. And we'll only be able to set up our crop fields within the next year, but that's fine. I want to see to maybe add another builder over here. Okay, so that will also invite new people to come into this house, because there is a job then available. Okay, here we go. So we've got the new family setting in. Now they did a small update yesterday, so basically all the update really entails is that when you do your trade, you will see in the trading menu that there will be highlighted items, and those are the items that you've got available within your exports. So it does make it easier to manage what you want to trade with. Now while I was off screen, you can also see I completed my fencing here for these houses. It really does look so much more nice, but I want to also say it looks a little bit like more of an upper end living, if you could say it like that, with the higher quality fences. So these are rich farmers living here. Now within this episode, I also want to show you, once I've got the town center up and running, how I'm going to set up my taxes. So the way that I'm going to show you is really the easiest way that you can do it. If you don't want to manage the taxes or struggle managing the taxes, then you can literally just apply this method and it will work for you right through the bank. And you shouldn't have any coin or cash problems if you apply this method specifically. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead once they finish with the farm. I'm going to let them just continue with some more houses. So we can set maybe just another 2 houses for now. That should be perfect. So let's just plop it down like that. And we can do the same on this side. There we go. So with the farm, I'm going to encourage more women to work on the farm. I want to keep, we don't have a lot of men in the town yet, so I want to keep them out for the hard labor. And then we can just maybe assign the women to work the fields here. We've got plenty of women available in any case at this stage. I think what I should do is maybe just also place a warehouse before I build the houses. So let's just see where we can set up the warehouse. Let's maybe place it here in line with the granary. Yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe just place it like that. Keep it square with the granary. We can move that in front of the queue. And then we can just transfer all these items from the camp storage across to the warehouse. And that will give us enough space now to place the town center. So I'm going to start maybe just by doing one crop field of sunflowers, and then I'm also going to do a crop field of hemp maybe, because we need to start producing the clothes as soon as possible. It takes about 4 to 5 years, I think, when the people's clothes and shoes starts to wear out. So you need to get that production going quite early in the game as well. Alright, so here we go. We've got the farm now finished. I'm going to just say prioritize gathering. And we want to only hire women at this stage. We can change it up on a later stage. And we're going to also limit the laborers to 8. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to maybe just assign 3 workers and 1 manager. And let's go ahead and first start by adding the sunflowers. Okay, so I don't want to bring it too far down. We want to squeeze another 2 houses in here at the bottom. So yeah, that should be okay. So let's make it 30 in width. And I think I'm going to make it 40 in its length. I don't want to make it too big because I want them to get all the crops off the field. And if it's too big and we've still got limited workers, then they don't get to everything. So let's just do a 30 by 40. It's still a decent size in any case. Okay, there we go. That's close enough. Alright, so let's just assign the sunflowers. There we go. Right, so then the other one's going to be starting with a fallow. So I just rotate my crop fields like that. I assign 2, keep 2 together. It's easier for me to manage and to know what's happening. So I always make it like in these 2 blocks, then I know these are the 2 rotating crop fields. Otherwise, if I mix and match them, then you don't keep track of everything. So in any case, I'll probably do another 2 crop fields going down this way in its width, and then another 2 there on that side. Now we are going to move the lumberjack on a later stage. We're going to clear this forest out here. So then we can on a later stage add more crop fields in this space over here. And thinking about it, I need to maybe start clearing out this space already, because my intention is to in any ways build a bridge going over to this side, and then we're going to extend the town going this way. So this will all be part of the residential area. I don't know, it's quite a tight spot, I must say. But maybe I must first clear this out a little bit to squeeze in a few extra houses. Yeah, let's rather do that. Okay, so I'm going to just speed the time up. We're going to place the warehouse. Now I'm going to also assign a woman here working for the warehouse. Let's just assign the laborers. And we only employ the women. Okay, there we go. And we can say iron. Let's maybe do 1,200. And for the thatch, okay, there's no thatch in any case, but let's maybe say 2,000 thatch. We can do everything 2,000. We've got 5 slots, so that will fill up to 10,000 in any case. So let's do everything for 2,000. We've got now a messenger from Balaklia. Now, we don't have anything that we can trade as of yet. Within the next year, we will have the sunflower oil, so then we can trade that. I might purchase some iron, in fact, from this town. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's maybe for now just purchase 200 iron, maybe. There we go. We don't need anything else at this stage. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. And we can place the town center here square with the trading post. I want to leave a big enough space here so that we can do like a market square. Yeah, let's maybe do it right over there, like so. Here we go. So now we can also, on this side or on this side, we can place a school. And then on either of the sides, we can also place a church. Let's just see here. Yeah, it's going to fit very nicely. And the same for the school, really. So then we've got all our public services here centralized. I do want to see to maybe put in a barber surgery also. Okay, this is pretty cool. So there's a new menu that pops up when you want to place the barber surgery. You'll see that there's info buttons popping up on the top left, just telling you that you need bricks and lime to build this structure. So that's pretty nice to have that little feature there. So then you know before you place the structure that you're gonna need those extra ingredients. Now let's just do the other crop fields maybe while they build the other structures. So I want to fit in the hemp field, so we're going to do the same. We're going to do it 40 in its length and 30 going up. Here we go. And let's place one more. There we go. Alright, so this will be my hemp production. So if you are wondering why I'm always using the hemp, it's because you can see that the hemp has got slightly less of an impact on the fertility of the ground. So that's why I prefer to use the hemp. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the yield is also more. So let's just see, 1,700. Let's see if we do the flax. Oh, okay. It's kind of the same. Okay, well, the only difference is that there's a slight difference in the way it impacts the fertility. You can see there's, I don't know what the blue represents. All these 3 buttons represents the fertileness of the soil, I believe. I'm not sure if you guys know anything about these buttons, you can let me know. But it definitely has less of an impact than the flax. So that's why I use the hemp. Right, it's almost harvesting time. You can see we've got a lot of crops here. So I can see there's quite plenty of pumpkin, which is quite nice. Usually these smaller plots, they don't produce as much pumpkin, but I've got quite a bit of pumpkin over there. And we can see this is definitely cabbage we've got over here. So there's a lot of cabbage. But we're going to see now what we're going to slot in next into the granary. And there they are starting to harvest now. So I'm going to just wait until they complete everything. I'm going to for now just leave the market stall on this side, but we're going to place it there with a couple of other market stalls in this middle center here. So let's see what veggies we got here. Okay, we've got a bunch of peas and baby marrow. So peas generally is also, you get very big yields with the peas. That's what I found as I've played the game. Peas generally tend to have a big yield. And okay, we've got some dried fruit over there. Okay, there's plenty of carrots and some more peas. Plenty of beetroot and garlic. I'm gonna just see what we've got the most of. Oh yes, plenty of dried fruit. Okay, that's good. So I think I might be doing the dried fruit. There's a second one with peas and garlic. Okay, there's all the cabbage. So like I said, and there's even more cabbage. Okay, so let's maybe add the peas. Gonna just add the peas. We can do 1,200 for the peas as well, and then we can do the cabbage, and I'm gonna also add the dried fruit. Okay, so let's just maybe, yeah, by the market stall, I'm gonna definitely add the peas. That's what we got the most of. So I'm gonna add the peas. Oh, and then I also want to add the garlic over here. I saw there's quite a bit of garlic, so we can add that as well. There we go. So I just want to make sure that we can fit in the house effectively. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's enough space for that. Okay, so I'm not going to build any more houses for now. I'm going to set up the town center, and then from there we're going to do some more production buildings. So I think it would be a good idea to do the sunflower oil shop. What do you call it? The oil workshop, sorry. And we can squeeze that in right over here like so. And that's going to fit in very nicely. So let's just place it down right over here. I want to make it more square. That's it. Okay, cool. Now after we've got that set up, I definitely want to get myself a cow shed as well. And then that will just give us some more food that we can use for the people. And then also the cows can graze on the crop fields. And so that will just boost the fertility as well. So I'm gonna maybe just assign another worker here for now. Okay, the town center is almost up. So that's going to just clear this site over here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we're going to just assign ourselves a counselor. And the counselor I'm going to also just make a woman. Alright, so that will just help us with the seasonal hiring. And okay. Right, so now from here, I'm going to just quickly go to the treasury. So what I want to show you, this is the easiest way for you to manage your money. You're going to put a cap on your wealth tax, and you can also set the wealth tax threshold. Now, I don't want to have the wealth tax threshold too low, just for emergency. It's like a mental thing for me. I don't think you have to push it as high, but I'm going to keep it at 120. And then what you can do is you can increase the wealth tax quite significantly. Let's just do this. Okay. Yeah, and now I mean you can really push this wealth tax up as much as you want, because the wealth tax only applies after they reached the threshold. So this is pretty cool, because they're gonna go up to 120 coin for the household, and then once they go over that, they're gonna start getting taxed. So you can push this quite high, but let's start with 10. Why not? Let's just see how that goes. But then they will never get taxed if they go under 120, only when they go over. So in this way, you don't have to worry about setting anything else up. You can push the prices up for the other stuff if you want to, but it's really not necessary, because with the wealth tax, you're going to cap them and you will get your money back at the end of the day. So we're going to see how this works now. Once we've got some more people in the town and we're already doing some trading, then we're going to see, once it's working in full force, then you can see how effective this is. So that's literally all you have to do. If you struggle with setting all these things, just set your wealth tax threshold, or your wealth tax, push it up quite high, and then you can set the threshold wherever you want, and that's pretty much it. You want to also make sure that you do tax the barber surgeries and the taverns. You want to get a high tax for these two. So that's pretty important. I think that's the only other two settings that you can change, but that you can do on a later stage. Taverns and barbers don't always do as good. I don't know why, but sometimes they really don't make as much money, and then other times they make way too much money. So you've got to just monitor that and regulate that, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so we're going to set up the oil workshop. We're going to go into winter now, so we're not going to really be able to do anything else at this stage. I suppose we can add some more houses now. That will just ensure that we've got enough workers going forward. So let's maybe place another house over here like so, and we've got this block complete. Here we go. I want to get it kind of square. That's it. Perfect. Alright, so from here I also want to place another well maybe. We're going to get to that stage where we need the extra well. So I'm going to just plop it down roundabout over there. Now I also need to look for a location on where we can build the weaver houses. So suppose we can place it right over here, like so. Let's just turn this the other way around. And we can place it square with the oil workshop. I think why not? So I'm going to put the weavers down just like this. And then we can also place the tailor's workshop right on the opposite side. So it's good that they stay together. There we go. Alright, so this is a nice practical layout. I would only say maybe these houses over here, they're gonna have to walk quite a distance to get to the working environment. But just as I've mentioned in the previous episode, if you place the benches all around, they use the bench as a resting point, and if they can get to a bench to rest, then they don't need to go to the house to rest at the end of the day. So then they can literally go from the bench, they can go back to work, and that would be perfectly fine. So let's maybe do that. Place 2 benches here by the farm. I don't want to encourage lazy farmers, but yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and place 2 chairs over there. And we can also maybe place 1 over here for the oil workshop. And I think that should be sufficient. We can maybe look at placing some chairs on this side. Maybe place 2 chairs here in the shade. They get permanently the sun from the same angle, so maybe they want to sit in the shade for a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's move these buildings up in the queue. We don't really require extra houses at this stage. And I'm going to just assign 1 worker here for the oil workshop. Go. I suppose I can add more workers here to the farm. Let's see here. Looking for jobs. Okay. Alright, so we've got, it fluctuates between 2 and 4 people looking for work, so that's okay. Then we can assign at least 1 person at the weaver and 1 person at the tailor as well. So I'm looking for one of the traders to come from the town Derkachi, because then we can trade the charcoal. And speaking of that, I just want to place another charcoal pile maybe. Right over here like so. Let's do that. Let's just place another charcoal pile so we've got plenty to work with. Because the charcoal we're going to use for a lot of things on a later stage. But for now, it's just a really valuable trading commodity. So let's push the charcoal. I'm going to push it quite high. So let's maybe do 3,000 for now. I can drop it on a later stage when we utilize the charcoal for other things. But for now, I'm going to push it up as high as I can. And Derkachi, the town Derkachi, is the only one that does buy charcoal, but they do purchase quite high amounts of the charcoal. So you can really push this up. Okay, I'm only going to assign 1 worker here, and we're going to hire the women. Oh, there we go. We've got a messenger now from Derkachi. So that's going to give us some nice money. So you can see now, this is with an update that came yesterday. It highlights what commodities you've got available in the export stock. So there you can see it's now highlighted to yellow. So that's an item that you can trade now. It's pretty cool. It's a small touch, but it does make a big difference. So we're going to just go ahead and say 3,000. We should have 3,000 in the export stock once the trader arrives in town. It's quite a big distance that they've got to travel. So we're going to go ahead and sell the 3,000 charcoal. You can see that we're getting 150 coin. So that's a good amount. We started with 2,000 coin, so we've dropped quite a bit. But we'll get the coin back very quickly once we start selling the sunflower oil. Okay, otherwise I don't think there's anything else I'm going to trade. We could maybe get some extra iron, maybe just do 100 iron. There's quite a few people that sells the iron, I believe. Okay, well, I think it's the 2 towns that sells the iron. So it's Balaklia and Derkachi that sells the iron. And you get a visit from both of those towns, I would say probably at least once every year. So that's why I just purchased little amounts of the iron, because the odds of you getting a messenger is good in any case. I suppose we can start Or just place another market stall. Let's maybe just add another one here at the bottom. Until I figured out how I want to do the market square. Okay, we're gonna only assign a woman there. Laborers. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, so we can do the cabbage. And we can do the garlic. As well as, what was the third one? The dried fruit. Okay. Well, let's just do that for now. In fact, I need to start purchasing some shoes. Well, there's nobody that sells shoes, so I need to just buy leather maybe from the Rukachi. And I need to make a shoemaker or build a shoemaker. Because like I mentioned, it's about 3 or 4 years when the people's shoes and clothes starts to deteriorate, so you need to have both of those things available. And also the warm clothes. Now the warm clothes, it's much harder to develop the warm clothes, but I believe you can import that from, I can't remember which town it was, but there was a town that's selling the warm clothes. I'm pretty sure it was Marefa, that town, yeah. Alright, so we've got the tailor also here. Gonna only hire the woman. Let's push the labor limit a bit down. Here we go. Okay, perfect. I think all of that is set up now, so that's fine. It would probably make sense to have the shoemaker close by here as well. But let's maybe first set up the cow shed. So the cow shed I'm going to place right over here like so. I think this is a good location for it. There we go. Okay, so now there was also within a previous update there was a thing now where if you place the hay dryers in the walkways you are going to get less grass. So that's also a new feature now. So I need to wait until the winter's over so that I can see where all the walkways are. And then I'm gonna have to place the hay dryers where the people don't walk. So I'm gonna just wait before I place this hay dryer. We can maybe just do the hay barracks for now. Yeah, there we go. Need to do a big one. I'm gonna place the hay barracks maybe just like that. There we go. Okay, I'm probably going to place the hay dryer around about here. And we're gonna have to remove a lot of trees. It's gonna take quite some time to get this hay dryer up and going. But that does seem like the best place to place it. Oh, maybe here as well. We can do one here. I'm gonna start maybe by placing one over here. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna just get the lumberjacks to clear that area. Now, I like to place these cottonwood trees by the town center. It somehow just looks right for me. If you've got 2 of these cottonwood trees next to the town center's main entrance. There we go. Let's do some shrubbery as well. Okay, so the cow shed is up. As far as I can remember, we didn't have a manager available within the previous game. Thinking now, you only had workers, there wasn't a manager option, so this is also a new thing. Okay, but we will also assign women just to work on this side. Here we go. So let's just get 1 manager and 1 worker for now. And the hay dryer is up. Okay, perfect stuff. Okay, so we've got everything that we need now for the cows. So I think I'm going to maybe just purchase myself 3 cows to start with. I'm trying to figure out how this manager thing is going to work. But in any case, you obviously do need the manager, so... Okay, I'm going to just send a messenger to the town of Balaklia. And then we can just purchase 3 cows to start with. Now I'm going to just open up the granary for the milk. We're not going to do any dairy production as of yet. So let's just put the milk also for 1,200. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you see, it is the town Marefa that sells the warm clothes. Now, I'm not going to buy the warm clothes yet, because I just want to push my capital up a little bit before I purchase that. It's very expensive to buy the warm clothes. But I must say the town looks pretty good at the stage of where it is now. I'm gonna just think about how I want to expand this. I don't want the residential buildings to be too far from all these production buildings. They have to be able to reach the work just to make it more effective. Okay, so let's just see how much iron we've got. Okay, I might as well just purchase another 100 iron. There we go. And we're going to purchase 2 cows and 1 bull. Let's maybe do 3 cows. Why not? Here we go. Okay, then what I want to also do is I want to optimize the bull's livestock so that we always just have 1 or maybe max 2 bulls. But you can see they slaughter the bulls if it's more than 3%, so you literally end up with 1 bull within the cow shed, which is great because it just ups your dairy production, your milk production. We're going to look for a spot for the cheese maker. I think it's a pretty thin building. Yeah, so we can squeeze it in here, somewhere in this passage over here. It's close to everything. I mean, we've got the cow shed there, the people aren't staying too far. And then we've also got the granary here. So it would be a very practical point to place it maybe over here like so. Let's maybe do that. I'm going to place the dairy production here. I've got an idea. So I want to place the dairy over there. And then the shoemaker. It's also a tiny building. And that will squeeze in over there like so. Oh, that's perfect. Let's just turn it the other way around. Okay, that fits in brilliantly. I'm going to just go ahead and place that right over there like so. Nice. Okay, we probably will move some of these buildings here at the back on a later stage. Once we've cleared up a lot of this forest here. They're still clearing out the trees there. I need to look at getting another haymaker. Or hay dryer, sorry. So let's clear up the trees over here. And just let the lumberjacks clear this space over here. There we go. And then we can continue just taking the trees out on that side. Right, so I'm going to just go ahead. Once we've got the sunflower oil going, we've got one worker there. Then we can also add that to our export stock. I just need to open up the granary also here for the sunflower oil. Let's just also push that to 1,200. This we can actually make more. Let's do 2,000 for the sunflower oil. And then I'm going to use the space here in the warehouse for the actual sunflowers. Now I think it would be a good idea to have a bridge more or less here that comes across. I think that would look pretty nice if we've got a bridge right over here like so. And then of course I'm going to add another one around about here. And then we'll just extend the residential area, the actual town, towards this side. And then this big space over here we'll definitely also use for farmland. Okay, so we've got 400 grass over here. So what I generally do with the hay dryer, I push the wages up a little bit. Then they do prioritize the hay dryers. And you kind of do want to prioritize the hay dryers because, yeah, if you don't prioritize it, the animals can run out of food really quickly without you realizing, and then you're stuffed. You just lose so much of your stock. And it goes very quickly. Let's just maybe go ahead and place another hay dryer over here like so. There we go. That's out of the way. The people aren't going to walk there. I'm not going to worry by assigning a shoemaker as of yet. Let's just hire women, assign one worker with the laborers, and they can just go ahead and pretty much produce everything. See, butter, cheese, smetana. I don't think they're going to get to the smetana at this stage. So I'm only going to assign the butter and the cheese for now. And then I just need to look at placing a granary, another granary somewhere. Kind of would have been ideal to have the granary right next to this one. So I'm thinking maybe off screen I must just move the carpentry and place another granary here like so. Yeah, that might make sense. Yeah, but for now everything looks good. But that's it from me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to carry on expanding the town. I should be able to build my bridge within the next episode. We're going to add some more houses, and then we're going to just get to the more advanced production and make sure the people are supplied with shoes, clothes and warm clothes. Thank you for watching, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
In a game of adventure and strategy, we make our mark. That's the gamer.